button. Now you're unmuted.
Ah, good. Well, hello there.
Hello. You know what? It doesn't matter. I don't need to click anything else. I'm sorry.
What's happening?
I keep pushing buttons.
Don't push buttons. Stop it. Are we live?
We're live. I was just thinking I should open the actual stream up in a window, but it doesn't. I don't need. I mean, maybe I should. I don't know.
Hello.
Hi everyone.
Back. As you can tell from the chaos.
Sorry.
Well, that was me.
Yes, I unmuted. I opened the stream up and then it wasn't muted, so I heard you came through my speakers as well.
Oh,
it's fine.
nice.
It's not like we haven't done this for like a while. We're totally. I'm very professional.
Very professional. Almost 2 years now. We're getting close to that number.
I'm professional.
Yeah, professional. Since we've been gone for 2 weeks, do you want to introduce our podcast?
Oh my god, nobody's gonna know what we're doing. No, I'm kidding. Hi everyone, welcome to all the films we judged before. I'm Katie. That's Lily Kay. Bam, bam, bam.
Bam, bam.
Done.
Done. Pew, 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 pew.
Jesus.
I don't know. So Katie, here's a good question for you. Since we haven't talked in 2 weeks, which is not true because we did, but a little bit.
We haven't spoken properly in about 2 weeks.
Yes, that's true. Here's the big question. What did you watch?
Oh my god,
in these 2 weeks?
A bunch of things. I'm not going to remember all of them. Is the big thing because some of them were 2 weeks ago and I don't remember shit.
Happens.
What did we watch? Well, whilst we were on holiday, I watched Princess Mononoke.
Nice.
That was something my friend Charlotte wanted me to watch very desperately. I watched most of it, and I did sort of nod off in the middle. Nothing to do with the movie. I was just tired.
Okay, I might believe you.
Oh, I was very tired for most of that week. I won't lie to you. We walked up a lot of mountains. I did a lot of driving. It was a whole thing.
Fair. All right, fine.
But yeah, it was really good. I really liked that. It is
very good.
It's a good movie.
Yes.
Second Ghibli movie I've ever seen. So there you go. I'm slowly racking them more up. Yeah, it was good. We watched all of the Colin Firth Pride and Prejudice series.
Okay.
That was something my friend Arthur brought with him. So
yes,
we watched all of that. Very fun to watch my friend Charlotte watch anything Pride and Prejudice related for the first time because she didn't really know. So right, it was just very entertaining to see her really get to react to Mr. Darcy for properly.
Fair.
And the review basically was he is the blueprint and also very autistic, and she's so right. She is so correct.
It's true.
He's so. He's so autistic.
Yes.
Just like, God, I love him so much. What a great thing. Yes, those were the 2 big things we did whilst we were on holiday. I definitely watched something else before I left. Oh, yeah. I did a bunch of tweets about this just before I left. I watched trying to decide which one to watch, but I ended up watching 16 Candles. John Hughes movie. Fucking hell. That movie's really fucked up.
It was a different time.
Yeah, as my mother kept mentioning to me, it was the 80s, and I'm like, I know, but Jesus Christ, mother.
It's it's still a classic.
It's a classic, but it's like,
yeah,
Christ. I mean,
I know.
Good Lord. That's what I have to say to that. I mean, it's not like I didn't enjoy it, but there were things out loud that I went, oh my God.
I mean, it's fair. I've only watched it once, but yeah, I think I know what you mean.
It's one of those things where people still refer to Jake Ryan as like the perfect guy, and I'm like, why?
Again, different times. I feel.
Yeah, but like it's people like modern day people who watch this, and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't like he's fine enough, but he literally turns to Anthony Michael Hall at one point and says, I could violate her in 10 different ways if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna because I'm kind of bored of her. And it's like, what? Am I meant to be okay with it?
It's let's just say it's not for us. No. Yes. What else?
I'll watch other John Hughes movies instead. It's fine.
It's all
Ferris
good.
Bueller's a great movie.
Oh my
Breakfast
God,
Club is a
Ferris
great
Bueller's.
movie. I'll stick to those. At some point, I'll watch Pretty in Pink because apparently that's the other one.
Oh yes.
I will get to that one. I did ask, like that was the poll I did on our Twitter account, and people picked 16 Candles.
When did you do that? This
just before
completely missed me.
It was the week before I left. I was on the sofa downstairs, and it was like late at night. You were probably asleep, because it was late at night.
So that's fine.
And I went, guys, I made a poll. Pick a John Hughes movie for me, and I put 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, and then I put No John Hughes for You. The two people that picked No John Hughes for You were very, very irritating. One of them was Lovely Anthony, who just did it because he thought it was funny.
Okay, fair.
Bless him.
Fair. Bless him.
Yeah. What else? Okay. One of the big things that pretty much has taken over the internet in the past couple of fucking weeks. Gay pirate show Our Flag Means Death.
Yes.
Which I watched all of, and despite the fact that I saw everybody crying over it, I was like, it's fine. I was, generally enjoying myself. And then I watched the last 2 episodes, and I basically just screamed to anybody who would listen.
I did saw those tweets, yeah, yes.
That is the mood of basically the last 2 episodes, but it's really good.
I will watch it as well.
It's so good, and it's so easy. You could watch it in the day, because they're all half-an-hour episodes.
Yeah, I figured.
Taika Waititi's a brilliant, Rhys Darby is brilliant. It's got pretty much every comedy person that you could possibly think of in it.
Good.
Oh, it's so good, and it's very silly and lovely, and I'm so glad that it's just so beautiful. Lots of lovely queer representation, and actual non-binary character played by an actual non-binary person with and there were multiple non-binary people on the writing staff. Even more incredible. So good. And then since I came back from my holiday, I've been finishing off Black Sails. So because I'm in a big pirate thing at the moment.
You are.
I'm
definitely are.
I'm having a great time. All pirates are gay now, and all pirates are for the gays. So that's just facts, and that's it.
Fair.
You really would like Black Sails a lot. I think you'd get really into it. Plus Toby Stevens playing Flint. I have told you this.
Oh yes, you did.
And he's really good.
Oh my gosh. Oh shit! I have. Look, I have a full list. I have to watch. Okay. It's very difficult to get through them all. But
this one does require focus. I feel like it's got a lot of stuff in it, but it's got really good dialogue and spectacularly put together. Obviously, I understand it's going to take you a while to get to it, but I'm just giving you a glowing review. I'm not even finished it yet. I've just entered season 4, which is the last season. So.
Oh, it's just 4 seasons. Okay.
Just 4 seasons, and they're about. I think the first season's 8 episodes, and every other one is 10.
Oh, I can handle that. Okay.
They are full-hour episodes, though. That is the other thing.
Still.
I think that's the majority. I think that's it, really. Of the big things. Oh, wait, no. One other thing. I watched a little small indie movie called Pushing Dead, which I absolutely adored. I did tweet a little review of it that I did on my letterbox, which I never do. I never put anything on my letterbox.
Oh yes, I read that one. Yeah.
It was great. It was exactly up my street, and I really don't expect anybody else to get that much out of it because it was such a movie that was for me. Little tiny
just
thing,
made for you.
Little tiny thing about a guy who's been living with HIV for 20+ years, and then suddenly he deposits a check for $100 that he got for his birthday, and suddenly he gets put over the low income bracket, which means he suddenly has to start paying way more for his meds, and it's about the week he kind of spends trying to figure out what he's going to do, and it's sweet and funny, and James Rodriguez is fucking brilliant in it, and the dialogue's fun, and there's weird dream sequences that don't make any sense, which you gotta love in an indie movie. And there's bits of slam poetry, which I also love. I'm very what's the word? Partial to a bit of flowery, monologue-y poetry kind of stuff. So it's very much for me. That's it. I'm done now. I'm going to stop talking. You tell me what you've been doing.
Oh God. Let's see. I watched many things as well. Since we last talked. So I watched Bridgerton season 2. That's one of the
with
things.
Final Fantasy XIV's Jonathan Bailey.
Oh my God. That man.
It's just really funny to me that everywhere I see him recently, it's Bridgerton's Jonathan Bailey, and to me and to all my friends, he's Final Fantasy XIV's Jonathan Bailey.
For me, it's Bridgerton.
I understand. It really cracks me up to keep calling him Final Fantasy XIV's Jonathan Bailey. He is the best character in it. I will say that. He plays my favorite character in the most recent expansions of Final Fantasy XIV. So it's like it's done with affection.
Well, funnily enough, I hated his character in the first Bridgerton season.
That's what my mum said.
It was no. And then they announced
Mr.
that
Darcy moment, didn't he?
Oh yeah. They announced that he's going to be the main focus because they always focus on just one children, basically out of the Bridgerton children, and that he's going to be the main focus of season 2. And everyone was like, "No." I was like, "Then not gonna lie." I was like, "No, I hate this guy. I don't like him." And then he fucking turns it around, and I was like.
I keep getting recommended videos of him doing songs from, apparently he was in The Last 5 Years a couple of years ago, and I'm like, oh, that's so tempting, because I've been listening to The Last 5 Years a lot recently, so every time his name comes up I start getting songs from The Last 5 Years in my head.
It's very good. Look, he's very good. Jonathan Bailey is awesome, and then I hope to see him in even more things other than Bridgerton, which he's incredible in, but we need more. We need more Jonathan Bailey in our
on the
lives.
West End at the moment.
I know. I saw, and I was like, fuck.
Very tempting, because I actually have do you know what's really funny? That play that he's doing, which for those who don't know, is called Cock.
With Taron Egerton.
Yeah, not with Taron Egerton anymore, because he left. He left for personal reasons. I don't know. He hasn't really said. He just said that he's left. Oh, hi, Anthony.
Hi, Anthony.
Yeah, he's not in it anymore. But I have a recording of the they broadcasted. They did a radio version of it on BBC BBC Radio 3 years ago now, and it originally had I think Andrew Scott and Ben Whishaw in it.
Oh.
And I have a recording of it on my iTunes. I listened to it ages ago. I don't remember much of it, but I do remember it being very good and funny and heartfelt and all those wonderful things. So I have a temptation to try and go and see it, but like,
oh, now I have it too. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw it, I was like, oh, yeah.
It keeps getting advertised to me, and every time it's like Bridgerton's Jonathan Bailey, I'm like, yes, Fantasy 14's Jonathan Bailey.
Yeah, same. I also watched Bridgerton season 2 was very good, by the way. I've been hearing
very good things. It's because I keep seeing stuff about it. I'm like, this actually is tempting me to watch Bridgerton, because the first season didn't interest me at all, because the only thing I heard about it was the fact that everybody was fucking in it the entire time, and I was like, I don't care.
It's true to a percentage, but it's not the main point, to be honest. In season 2 especially.
Yeah, this is why I'm more interested with season 2.
Yeah. It's very good. I highly recommend it. It's, I loved it. I loved the new characters. It was very good. I watched.
Wait, I can't
hear you.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
I was just scratching my arm and I pulled my headphone out.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I didn't want to miss anything.
Oh, fair. I'm currently watching Superstore, which is my.
I love Superstore.
It's so good. I love Glenn. I have to say this. Like, Glenn is the best.
Is wonderful. He talks like a Muppet.
I know, he sounds like Kermit the Frog, and I was like, ah. I even checked it, like, is he the voice of Kermit the Frog? Like, I know it's not possible.
You know what's really funny? That's nowhere close to his real voice. That is just the voice he does for Glenn. Hearing him speak normally is the strangest thing in the world.
It is. I listened to an interview and I was like,
what?
Excuse me? What? But I love Glenn. I love everyone. Like, I especially fuck names. I can't do names today. Dina.
Oh yes. We gotta love Dina.
And she grew on me.
She seems to wear the same Halloween costume every year.
Every single year. I am just yes. Yes, Queen.
She's
She
amazing.
grew on me. She grew on me. At first I hated her, but now she's
No,
like,
she's the best. She
just love you,
absolutely is the
Tina.
best.
So I'm at season 5 at that with that, and while I'm
I
going,
stopped watching in season 5 because it kind of fell off a little bit for me.
it's a bit weirder, definitely.
Because I don't know, I kind of lost track of it, and then when it ended, I saw people really praising the ending, so I watched the
Yeah.
last couple of episodes. And I was glad that I did because the ending is brilliant. It's like a perfect little thing.
I can't wait to get there. Well, I'm probably gonna cry.
Have you gotten to the leaving yet? A character leaves in season 5, and I'm just wondering if you've gotten there yet.
Oh no! Am I gonna be angry?
No. Well, maybe. Yeah, probably, to be honest. But they come back, though, I'll tell you that.
Okay. I'm worried. I am worried now. And then I watched a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. Once again, it's a Hulu film, just like Fresh was, and it's called No Exit.
You've been talking about this one for a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I finally watched it, and it's fucking awesome. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. It was very thrilling. It was very smart, which I have to praise it for that, because the characters in it were actually acting logically. and it was like, breathe of fresh air. Yes, I love this. Until the end. There was one part there where I was like, come on, you've been smart so far and now you're fucking it up. I don't like you anymore. No, it's not true. I loved it. It's a very good movie. I really enjoyed it. I watched Moonshot, which is a new Lana Condor movie on HBO Max.
Yes. That's got Cole Sprouse in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was lovely. It was,
nice.
It was nice. I had a fun time with it. I unfortunately watched The Bubble, even though I promised myself I'm not gonna watch it after the trailer.
And no,
fucking awful. I honestly, they had such an awesome cast, like David Duchovny, Pedro Pascal, and Karen Gillan.
Talking to Mom about this earlier, she's like, the thing about Judd Apatow is that he does funny and then he goes too far.
Way too far.
And I was like, I have a feeling that might be probably the case with this one. I've been seeing a lot of people be like, it's already tired. Like the fact that they made a movie about COVID is already so tired, and it's like, wow.
Yeah. There's one very funny part in it when James McAvoy comes into the picture as himself, and that one was like so unexpected, and I just couldn't have but laugh at it. But honestly, that was a part where I didn't even listen. I muted the whole thing. I think you can figure which part it was. It was in the trailer, and I fucking hate it.
I saw that bit in the trailer earlier, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a good point. Actually, as a point, just as we're here, and because otherwise I'll forget, if you're going to watch Our Flag Means Death, there's a little bit just before the title card in the last episode for like a split second where somebody does spew a little bit. Okay. It's maybe like half a second, and that's it. But so you could probably like literally blink and you miss it, sort of thing. But I'm letting you know now.
Thank you. I very much appreciate it. So The Bubble done.
No, I wasn't planning on it anyway.
It's not good.
I do have one question. Does David Duchovny wear a red Speedo in it at any point?
I don't think so.
No, that's a bit disappointing.
I don't think so. I don't. To be fair, I was drawing while I was mostly listening to it. So and then I finally, because I didn't see it in the cinema, but I finally watched Moonfall, and
the moon exploding one.
Yes,
that's what I thought you were talking about initially when you said Moonshot.
Yeah,
Moon.
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 Don't
do it.
I gotta say, it wasn't as. I love Roland Emmerich. Like, I love 2012. I love The Day After Tomorrow and whatnot. I just love catastrophe movies.
You like disaster movies?
It's for me. I didn't like this one as much, but I did like the story that they put behind it, if that makes sense. Like, there's
so the concept is good, but like maybe the execution isn't as.
Yeah, I think the concept was so good that I think that there's a better movie in there.
Yeah.
Than what we got. Like, I I really did enjoy what they came up in. Like, you know, they came up with a whole story, like how the planets were created and whatnot. And it was like, oh my God, this is actually so fun. But it's kind of wasted on this movie. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was a bit annoying. It wasn't as disastery as I liked it to be, so I was a bit disappointed in that, but altogether I did enjoy it. And although I was really tired because we had rehearsals all weekend long, I didn't fall asleep, so it was good. That means it was good because I was interested enough to stay awake.
Hey, I'm not saying, I don't think that a movie has to be like, sometimes you're just tired and you fall asleep during stuff. Like me. When you're on holiday in a nice little cabin in the middle of nowhere.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying I didn't fall asleep. It was interesting. And then I will mention one more thing. I am guessing that we're going to talk about it once it comes to an end, but I will just have to say that I am fucking in love with Moon Knight.
I actually haven't watched the first 2 episodes yet. I've been really bad. I mean, because the first episode came out whilst I was on holiday, and I was like, I'm going to leave this until I get home, and then I've been kind of busy all week. So I haven't gotten around to, plus, you know, I'm in Black Sails country currently. I am gonna get to it. I'm not saying I'm not. I've heard really good things about it, but I'm gonna ingest it properly.
So
I want to be able to give it the credence it clearly deserves because I've heard nothing but very good things about it.
It's fucking awesome. Like, you know, I kind of figured, because I really like the trailers, that I will probably like this one, but I mean, Oscar Isaac is just like,
I mean, he's great.
Man, he's so good. Like, you know, and Ethan Hawke as well. It's so nice to see him. You know, I like Ethan Hawke a lot, so I'm very happy that he's in it. And it's very good. Like, especially this second episode was like, damn, yeah. I love this, so I just can't wait what they're gonna bring out of it. Like, you know, there's a rumored Marvel character coming in. We don't know who it's gonna be.
That's interesting considering how much I've seen that's been like, we're keeping it really separate from everything else.
Yes,
it's like it's really like not in.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. Well, it's just a rumor, so it might not be true. At the end of the day, so yeah, but I wonder who it might be that they're gonna bring in, or if they bring in anyone. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if they didn't. It doesn't need him, to be fair. Yeah. Like, Oscar is just so good that he can just carry the whole thing.
Isaac. Of course, he's good.
Of course. But yes, and then let's go to.
Yeah, I guess we should do this, huh? It's the other side. That's it.
That's okay. For me, it's this time.
Yeah, I know.
Let's go. Let's
we're
go
streaming on my. We're on my turf this time, baby.
There you go. I will start off with. I don't think it is as bad as everyone says it is.
Okay.
I will start with this because I think it's a very important note on my end.
Can I counter and say? Yes. Well, not counter, but maybe add on. I think I've made very clear that my expectations were on the fucking floor for this movie. I really didn't think it was going to be any good at all. It's not absolute garbage. So I went in, like, literally within, like, maybe the first half an hour, I was like, all right, there is at least a sense of, like, cohesiveness to this. And, like, there is enough entertainment in this that I'm like, all right, this is not terrible.
Yeah.
It's not like I don't feel like I'm watching a bad movie. However, I do still have my fucking issues with it.
Oh, me too. I'm not gonna lie. Like, me too. Like, it's not great. No. It's not, but it's not
fine.
It's like, you know, I enjoyed watching it. Like, I actually knew Morbius' story. Like I read the comics and everything. So I wasn't going in blindly like most of the time. I was like, okay, I know who this guy is, and you know, I was interested to see how they're gonna turn it into a movie and whatnot. And I think that on that part they didn't do a bad job. Like, especially the first half, which is very interesting to me. I think the first part was good. Like, I really enjoyed
I liked everything pretty much up until he actually becomes the vampire.
Yeah.
And then it all starts to go a bit fucked.
Although there's this one scene where he discovers his powers and
That's
does
kind
all
of
the
cool.
tests.
Like
That was yeah.
that was, I think I did actually like the way that everything was like, what's the word? How it all kind of the visuals of it. I don't know if all of it made a whole lot of sense in universe, considering that like you could literally see the way that like the sort of effect on the video cameras, and I'm like, well, that's not necessary. That's meant to be for us, isn't it?
Yeah.
And yet, no, apparently it's something that everybody can see. That's very strange. But yeah, no, I did like that whole scene where he was kind of figuring himself out. That was kind of fun.
Yeah. And then it just, I don't know, it just started to get very slow right in the middle, which was a mystery to me.
It doesn't have an ending.
It doesn't.
It just sort of finishes, and you're like, wait, was that meant to be it? It just ends. It just something is like, oh, okay, we're done now. And then we've got, I think, possibly the worst, like two post-credit scenes, which don't mean anything.
I think because if you remember the first trailer,
they cut everything out.
They
like cut it all out, and it's like,
it's
what
gone.
the fuck?
I wonder, like, what was the original there? Like, because I think it's because of No Way Home, but like I think that's kind of obvious.
Yeah.
Like now they are.
It was, I saw an interview. So Empire put up a whole article. That's the word I'm looking for, about what the end of this movie technically means for like the wider way stuff. Spider-Man extended universe sort of thing going on. There was apparently an interview with the director who basically suggested that all the things that got cut out, it wasn't a Marvel thing, it was a Sony thing. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I don't know. But like, I just remember, I actually, and I never do this during movies, I got up and I went to the bathroom half the way through. I was quick. I actually went and found a little, recorded thing just to see the bit that I missed in the cinema. Didn't miss anything in particular. It was literally the bit after he finds what's-her-face, and he's like, he sees the counterfeiters, and he follows them out. I was like, I don't think I'm going to miss anything here. And I really didn't. I didn't miss anything at all.
No.
So, I picked a very good spot, but also, Jesus Christ, the fact that I left the cinema, came back in and didn't miss anything other than the fact that he managed to find himself a lab. Probably says something, but Christ. I feel like we're getting a little bit scattered, so let's bring this back in a little bit. And I will say, so overall you thought it was, I basically just thought it was fine. Yeah. I don't, because I have a lot of very sort of disparate things. So do you have anything else in particular that you wanted to talk about?
That basically just is, like, I don't think it's horrible at all. Like, it's watchable, it's enjoyable. Like, I did like the ending fight a lot. Like, I thought that was
the fight was good. It's the fact that it then didn't really have any repercussions on anything. It's okay, so because like, so I liked everything kind of in the build up. I liked, okay, you know what? I'm going to go into this now because
go.
Matt Smith is the best part of this movie. I'm going to put that out there first. He's fucking brilliant. Really fun villain that they don't do enough with. Also, fruity as hell. Those two people had a thing going on. Like, the moment that they had them on screen together, I was like, oh, those two should kiss. There was a proper, like really intense, like, I'm the most important thing to you, sort of like villain sort of thing. It's like, you can be me, we can do all this, we can fuck up the whole world together sort of thing. And I was like, well, this is so entertaining and I love it. But they made Morbius so boring in comparison. Like, the whole point of these new Spider-Man things is that they're meant to be like, anti-heroes, right?
Yeah.
He's so good. It makes him so dull. He just sort of pops in and it's just sort of, he gets, he becomes all man-batty, living vampire, whatever you want to fucking call him. And he's like, this is a curse. Nobody else can ever have this. So when his best friend arrives and he's like, I may be better, but like it's bad. He doesn't take the time to be like, if you give me a chance, I'll figure out how to make it better so that you can be well and not this. He just goes, leave.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, no shit. And of course he didn't. He fucking stole it. You've been having this conversation for years. You said you're going to cure him, and now you're basically just saying like, nope, it's not. It can't be done. Everything's bad now.
Yeah.
And it was
yeah.
And then he spends the entire movie being like, I have to stop him. And I'm like, I don't know. He seems like he's having way more fun than you. It's like, I didn't care that he wanted to be a better person and like stop him from, because I didn't care about the fact that Matt Smith was murdering everybody. Like, I really didn't give a shit. I was like, okay, sweet, go off, gang. I also didn't like how often that they made them into because I thought it looked a bit iffy in places. The sort of, because it was all done CG. The vampire-y look, and I think it looks off in multiple places, especially on Matt Smith.
Definitely on Matt Smith. Yeah,
on him, maybe not so much, but on Matt Smith, there are multiple times it feels like a bit like an afterthought where they go, "Oh, we should make him more in this bit." But it's just sort of like, oh man, I just found him in the fact that he died at the end of it. I was a bit like, oh, all right, is it dull?
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's very Morbius like Morbius never really is like a villain. Like he is in a sense when you read the Spider-Man comics, like
right.
Obviously, but altogether there's still good in him, and I think that's a big part of him.
I don't think that there's never anything bad about that. That's the whole point of an anti-hero, right? Is that the idea that they're meant to be going towards something that is good, but they're doing it in a way that is less than, like, it's not optimal. It's the very sort of like, it's the side pathway of going about trying to do the right thing. Except that he does everything. He kind of does do the right thing all the time.
That was the weird part, I'm not gonna lie, because it does happen a lot, that especially when he first turns, which I think they did brilliantly.
I love that scene, actually. I thought it was great.
Yeah, and it happens more than that, and he can really, you know, control himself. And I was like, I kind of missed that from here. Like, you know, I get it. He's our anti-hero and whatnot, but poor Jared, he tried to save this, and I feel like that he just couldn't. Like, you know, I saw potential there that this could have been so much more, and I would even say that maybe it is if we look at the original cut, because I have this very big feeling that this was cut so many times and changed so many times that it suffers the same fate as the New Mutants movie, which is, you know, has been delayed so many times and edited and whatnot, that it just became a mess. Even though I saw the potential in that one as well, like, you know, it could have been something very unique and very new to this whole universe and whatnot, but they kind of fucked it up. And I think that's what they did with Morbius as well.
I just feel like this movie would have had way more fun with itself, and then just you know, in the plot and everything, if they had him struggle with the idea of actually like going over to his friend's side, and actually kind of relishing in the idea of this sort of this thing like a bit more, because he just is a straight up like, no, I won't kill anybody. I'm not going to be that person. And it's like, all right, you fucking saint, I guess. Fuck off. I'm already bored of you. Also, another thing I really did not like about this film, there are 3 female characters throughout the entire thing. I think, as far as I can tell. One of them is a sick child who is only there to show that, oh, he's a good doctor. And then she gets sick and then you never see her for the rest of the movie. One of them's the fucking girlfriend doctor lady, whose name I still can't remember, who in the first, you know, half of the movie, she gets knocked the fuck out and then is proceeded to be like a full damsel for the rest of the film. Yeah. The other one, the nurse, who gets murdered.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much.
Those are the ones that have any kind of real screen time. There's also the lady that Matt Smith kind of flirts with in the bar, who has to be apparently defended by a guy who she has I can't even tell she even knows. In that
Yeah,
scene.
that was
It
weird.
was really weird.
Like,
But it's just like, nope, there's just absolutely no care for any of the female characters in this film. Also,
no.
I guess she's also a vampire now. That really had no fucking consequence.
Yeah, that was also a bit like where I was like, wait, what? Like,
It's like the moment it was a very weird thing to do, but the moment she bit his lip and like the blood went into her mouth, I was like, oh, she's probably gonna turn because that's how fucking vampires work. But like this
she basically saved
bizarre.
herself. It felt like that, like,
Yeah,
you know.
but like in a way that was not interesting.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, I'm saving myself. She was sitting there being like, eat me, it's gonna be fine, I'm totally okay with this. And it's like, can you be more interesting, please?
Yeah, it definitely, like, you know, it needed so much more character wise as well, like, you know, there's so much more to Morbius than what they gave us here. And yeah, at the end of the day, Matt Smith was the best character, even though it wasn't his movie.
He was fun. He fucked about. He killed a bunch of people. He had a bit of a dance with his shirt off. That was fun. I like that scene.
Yeah, that was really fun.
That was the bit when I came back from the loo. Like literally, that was the beginning of the scene.
Oh, there you go.
Sweet.
Sweet. Yeah,
cool.
And you can tell that he did enjoy the role. Like, you know, I think it just, you know, it's just there. And I don't know. I was disappointed at the end of the day, because I really thought that, you know, it's successful so far. So Morbius can make an appearance again at one point or another. I don't know what they are planning or how they are planning it, but
I don't see this making another like Morbius film.
Right? No.
It's the thing.
Probably not.
It doesn't have that kind of. It's not like Venom, which was just so fucking batshit that everyone was like, "Yeah, this is great."
I think that was what was missing from it. Like, you know, I think, okay, here's my main problem with it. I think this could have worked as like kind of a first horror superhero film, like, or anti-hero film in this matter, because I think those scenes where they played more with the horror element of it all was way more interesting than anything else in the movie, and there was so much potential in it. Like, I think they just didn't have the courage to roll with that side of the story.
No, it's just sort of.
And it's you know, it's kind of just there and a little bit lost in it all. Like, you know, Venom embraced the weirdness and Tom Hardy being
you've got
funny.
The thing with Venom is the fact you've got Tom Hardy being absolutely batshit on his own, and that's the entertaining part. I don't think that I'm sorry, but I don't think Jared Leto has that kind of
no. He's different.
Him in it.
But they could have used him in a way where it could have worked. That's what I'm trying to get out of it. Like, you know, I think
thought that the stuff he did with the kind of the body horror stuff was I thought that was quite effective. Like the sort of like weird like moving of I was like, oh, that's quite fun. I did read that he was like, he did the full like, I'm not using my legs properly, I'm going to be full on like, you have to.
Oh yeah.
I was like, all right, dude, shut the fuck up. Just walk like a person. You don't need to be doing this. Jesus Christ.
He goes all in.
But like, gee, you don't need to.
Fair. You know, it. You know, I will say this in his defense that especially when you have to pretend that you can walk without a crane, for example.
Okay.
It helps if you practice with
it. Sure, but the man is insane.
He is.
He's fucking batshit. And like there are stories about him on the internet, all sorts of things where I'm just like, no. No. No, thank you.
Look, I have only one memory with him where I talked with him. I went to they were here with 30 Seconds to Mars, which is still, you know, I love their music. And they were here with 3 festivals. I've been all 3 of them. I watched them live. And during the second one, I was actually the one with the crane, because that's when I had my knee surgery. And he spotted me while he was backstage. And he came out to talk to me and asked me how I'm doing and how I'm holding up. And he was the nicest. Like I was dumbfounded. Like, is this Jared Leto? Am I? Yes. Okay. Yes, I'm doing fine. I can still stand. And he's like, all right, that's good. Like, I hope you're gonna enjoy the show and hope we can entertain you. And I was like, uh-huh, yeah, sure, thank you. And then he went in and said goodbye. And I was like, I just turned to my sister and I was like, did that happen? It sure did. So, it was so random and whatnot, but it, as a fan, I was like, oh, well, thank you for asking. I'm still alive. He was the only one who asked it all day long. So, no one offered their seat. Nothing ever happened like that. So I was like, yeah, fun.
Oh no, what was I going to say? I was going to circle back to the post-credit sequences because they don't make sense.
They don't.
In that,
unfortunately,
he kind of pops up, and you're like, okay, I guess the Vulture's in the universe now. And then they end, and they go back to the credits, and then they do another post-credit scene where he like drives out to the middle of nowhere. Vulture's there in his full fucking get-up. Where the fuck did he get that from? And
that's
then he goes,
a very
hey,
good question.
I don't know where I came from. I think it has something to do with Spider-Man. And it's like, we don't think Spider-Man even exists in this universe. That's one of the big things as well. We don't know. There's been no mention of Spider-Man in this universe at this point in time. Why would he have any beef with Spider-Man? For him to be like, I think we should team up, and for that to make any sense.
You mean like Morbius?
Yeah, Morbius.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hence because first I was like, wait. Okay.
No, I'm talking about, Morbius specifically. Because it's like, he's like, yeah.
Well, it's that's when I tweeted Sinister Six movie when.
Yeah, but it's so ham-fisted. It's like...
It is, but they all keep, pointing at that direction that it's gonna happen at one point or another, and it sure looks like it because it's Venom, Morbius, the Vulture, they are all enemies of Spider-Man in the comics.
Yeah,
and
it's just but like it's so bad.
I know. It's so bad. I think it was a very big afterthought.
It does feel like some Sony executive was like, "We got to do something about this. Just shove it in the end. Just shove it in the end. It'll be fine."
But
nobody ask questions. It'll be fine.
Exactly, and that's why I just can't help but wonder, like, what was the original plan with Michael Keaton? Like, the scenes that were in the trailer were very, very different, and it's like we even questioned if Morbius in the same universe as Tom Holland's Spider-Man, because he showed up, and then they put a lot of Easter eggs that reference the other Spider-Mans and their universes, and it was like
cut everything,
and they just fucking cut everything. Like that trailer came out, and then 3 or I don't know, maybe a month later, they announced that they're gonna push it back to April, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, come on. I was so angry at that point. So I was like, come on. Like, I think it was all because of No Way Home. Let's connect it somehow. Let's do it. We did it with Venom. It worked. They loved it. Let's do it with Morbius. Like, that's gonna be the big win in there. And sure, it makes sense that the multiverse is opening here as well and whatnot. But they could have done that again so much better, like just to actually make sense with it all. But nope, let's go with the insane way and let's just do that. And I was like, great. Like, why don't we have thoughts about this? Like, I don't know. That's where I was like, oh, come on. We could have done so much better with this.
I mean, like I said, expectations were on the floor, and while it managed to beat them a bit, it's still bad. It's still not good.
It's not good.
No. I was like, okay, sure. Kind of left it. Like, it's really funny. I was looking at my phone before I left the cinema, and I always wait until the end of the credits because I think it's polite. Lots of people worked on these movies. I have personally worked on these movies. Just make the effort. See all the names. It's nice. But I kind of got distracted and it was looking at stuff on my phone, and I turned around and realized there were 2 people like waiting to like clear the cinema screen out. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, and I kind of got out, and then she was one of them was like, was it any good? And I was like, and she went, well, all right then. Yeah, pretty much. I've just been sending a couple of messages through. So I thought, because I have a feeling you haven't got the chat open, I assume.
No.
Okay. I was kind of ignoring you just because I didn't want to disrupt the flow of the conversation. He said, he said, here's a question. Given how incredibly loose comic adaptations are these days, do you think going into comic book movies with foreknowledge is actually a benefit to the audiences?
At this point,
No.
no.
Yeah, I don't read comics like at all.
I
have like
think
a
so.
couple that I have read in my lifetime, but like they're not my medium. There's so many of them. It's like fuck it. Yeah. He then said, looking at you, Age of Ultron and Hawkeye.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I think they are doing a very good job, because now there's a Marvel collection coming out. And I am, you know, I'm getting them every month, and it's always like 2 comics, and they get the characters in one book, and then they collect all the big comic books that are important in their story, and then you can just read them. Like, you know, they look like this. I'm going to show you one.
Oh, she goes. This is live.
You know.
Oh, lovely. This is.
It's very nice, and you know, it's the most important stories and whatnot, so you can get to know them a little bit better. And actually, it was very fun to look back at Hawkeye, for example, because I got the Hawkeye comic as well, and the whole Fisk getting shot is in there, and it broke me peace. I was like,
do you know what's really funny? I still haven't watched the last episode of Hawkeye. It was one of those things. I heard about some of the stuff that happened, and I went, okay, and it just sort of, it's like, you know when you go, oh, I have to do this thing, and your brain kind of goes, so you've thought about doing the thing, and therefore now I've decided that you've done the thing. I'm just going to tick it off in your brain, and I'm going to let you forget about it. And you're like, I actually haven't done it. That's what it's done in my head. It's like, you haven't actually watched the episode, but my brain is acting like I have done it already. And every time I think about it, I'm like, oh shit, right, yeah, that's the thing. Fuck. I don't know. I'll get to it. It's you know, it's not going anywhere.
I'm gonna ask you about it again, because I'm like that. So yeah, it's fun because they do have nods in there, but you know, I think at this point especially,
I think it's smarter for them not to.
Yeah.
At this point, because it's like the audience is so wide, most of them haven't read them. So if you start narrowing it down that much, you're gonna start alienating people.
Yeah.
That's really the case. And then the other thing he said was, well, he got very entertained by the fact that I called him Man Batty. So thank you for that one. And then he said, isn't he, assuming Morbius, responsible for the zombie outbreak in the Marvel zombie comics? Not a thing I know about. I don't know anything.
I'm not sure. I've read a few of the Morbius comics, but I don't remember. I'm not sure. Maybe it's highly possible. Like, you know,
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know the answer, but then Google it. Google is a friend. Also, I forgot to show off my.
Oh yeah, I spotted it. Very nice.
Nobody fool, and here's the other beautiful. It's Sick Bobby Magna. So, you know, the Marvel sleeve.
I had to the leather on my Nathan Drake ring broke like pretty much the first day of my holiday. So I tied it.
That's fun.
I tied it back together, and then it was really tight, and I had to kind of really pull it over my head, and then obviously because it was so tight, I tried to put it over, and it snapped again. In a different place at that point, and I was like, yeah. So I ended up putting it on this, so I still had it on me, and then the moment I got home, I put it on a new piece of
Oh, you're better at that than me.
I keep buying. I bought like 2 meters worth of just sort of like
okay,
cheap leathery stuff. The other one lasted forever. Like this one was really good. It really lasted a while. But because it wasn't the first time. Like the initial sort of leather thing that it came with snapped in about 5 different places before I ended up giving up on it.
Yeah, that's what happened with mine. So it's on silver now, but it's here.
Yeah, that's smart.
It's still here because I was like, fuck you, silver it is. So It won't snap. But yeah, altogether,
It's
I
fine.
didn't. It's fine.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
I
Not really worth watching in the cinema. I won't lie to you.
no, not really. As I said, there were parts that I definitely enjoyed a lot. I think if they would have went with a more focused theme like they did at the beginning, that would have been.
You could have made them fruitier. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. For example,
Like it was right there.
It was.
He was
It really
playing
was.
it. He was really hamming it up, and it was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. So
It was like the full-on desperation of just like, come on, man, you and me, it's us together. You are my other half, sort of thing. I'm like, come, it's gay. Let it be gay.
Fair. But yeah, it wasn't as bad as everyone says it is. It's completely watchable, I think.
It's fine, yeah.
It is fine. I will say that if I have to choose one thing that I couldn't watch, and it's Marvel, it's still the newest Fantastic Four. Like the one.
I never even saw it.
I started watching it and I turned it off. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even bother to go to the cinema.
Poor Michael B. Jordan, man.
I know that. I mean, he was the only reason I started watching it. I was like, okay, for him, I will do it. I couldn't. I'm sorry, Michael. I turned it off.
I used to love that. I mean, like, love, but like I remember really enjoying the original Fantastic Four movies. They were silly and fun, and you know, they had young Chris Evans sort of running around naked half the time.
Oh my god, that was the best. I mean, no, I didn't.
Lily.
I'm sorry.
But on main right now.
So yeah, that still is like, I just remember that I just couldn't watch that movie. I'm like, and I don't know if I ever told this, but I've never seen The Incredible Hulk.
I feel like I have, but like not in any real like. It wasn't like, I don't think it was like a sit down, I'm going to watch The Incredible Hulk kind of deal. But I feel like I've seen at least bits of it. God, I don't remember.
No.
I love Edward Norton though. This is the thing.
I love him as well, but I remember that it came out, it got really bad reviews, and I was like, yeah, I didn't like the previous one either, the Eric Bana one.
He's going to be in something soon, isn't he? I feel like I saw Edward Norton on the cast list for something really exciting, and I don't remember what it was. No, I'm googling it now.
Let's check it. Google is a friend.
I feel like it's something like, I feel like he might be in one of the new Mike Flanagan series. I
think so.
That is probably it that I'm thinking of, but I'm just trying to remember. God, he's got. I can't even find his damn.
I'm gonna tell you, he's gonna be in Knives Out too.
Oh, that's probably it.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
That's the one. He will be in that. So that's gonna be. Oh, Ethan Hawke is gonna be in that. Yay! I love Ethan Hawke. Good.
I can't even find.
Good.
Like, he hasn't even got a thing on his Wikipedia page that's got all of his fucking work. That's very annoying. Anyway, yeah, I think it was Knives Out that I'm thinking of.
That's the only thing that comes out on IMDb.
Yeah, I think that's the thing I'm thinking of. But yeah, I'll watch Edward Norton in anything. I think he's fucking fantastic.
He's great.
Watching him in Fight Club for the first time and knowing that everybody like loved Brad Pitt in that movie, and then being really blown away by Edward Norton was a lot of fun for me.
Yeah.
All right.
Understandably so.
So next week, what are we doing?
I don't know. I really
I don't know.
I don't know. I did message a very special person. If she finally,
oh yes,
you know about this.
Yeah,
if she would come.
I doubt that's going to happen within the weekend.
Probably not. But who knows? Who knows? You never know. And then if it's a no for next week, hopefully in the future she can come on. And then I don't know if we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna find something to talk about. You know,
I'm sure there'll be something.
Yeah, we can. Can we do what to watch in April, or are we too late for that? something. I don't know.
I would
Maybe
like to do an episode on our flag means death. If you can get around to it in the next like week or so, because I feel like it's on a bit of an uptick at the moment. Like everybody's talking about it. We're very excited about the idea of it getting renewed and everything. Also, it's fucking brilliant.
I can manage to watch that, so that should be fine. Yeah, let's do that.
All right,
Let's do that.
that's great.
There you go.
Yay, pirates!
Hey, pirates. The thing is that I am a bit upset about is that it got spoiled to me because
I knew a lot of the stuff that was going on before I went to it. It still like wrecked me.
I mean, fair, but that, like the whole thing got spoiled to me. I was like,
I mean,
thanks.
yeah, like I saw essentially the entire thing in GIF form before I watched it. But it I just saw a lot of it. It was a lot of stuff out of context. So it was like, yeah, it's still, oh man. Like I really went into it like fully the first 8 episodes. I was like, yeah, this is enjoyable. I can see why people like this. There's a nice thing going on here. And then the last 2, I was like, just like dead stare. Oh my god.
I will watch it. I will watch it. We can talk about that. Let's do that next week. And then there are exciting things are coming up. One of them is, wait, I have my cheat sheet.
Yeah. What's in your little cheat sheet?
My little cheat sheet.
I imagine Doctor Strange is coming up soon.
It is. That's one of the things. Yes.
I have to watch Doctor Strange.
We have to talk about the first Doctor Strange, I feel like. Yes, Doctor Strange is coming up, and then Stranger Things is on our neck as well.
That's in June, yeah. June?
Jurassic World, yeah, is coming as well.
Wait, hang on, sorry, no. The Stranger Things, is it June?
It is June.
I thought I was suddenly like, is it the end of May?
I mean, it's the end of May, but we're going to talk about it on the 2nd of June.
Okay.
So that's when our episode's going to come out.
Well, that makes sense.
But also, here's the thing. So now they push back the Canopy series. So it's gonna the
for
first
like 2 days.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be at Comic-Con.
Oh. So
I won't be able to watch it, and I am terrified that someone is gonna spoil it for me. Elliot, shut up. You can't say a word. I'm gonna have to wait to get back home and watch the first 2 episodes. But do we want to talk about it as it airs, or do we want to talk about it?
We should wait and talk the whole thing at the end.
Okay, then like it's not gonna crash with Stranger Things, because Stranger Things is also coming out on the 27th of May, the first part, which I hate that they are putting it in parts. I fucking hate that. But anyway, it's coming, and then Jurassic World Dominion, which is like,
I haven't seen the second Jurassic World. I saw the first one in the cinema. I never saw the second one. Yeah, just we've been over this. I'm not a huge dinosaur person.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna go plan. Fine, watch it, please.
Okay. Jesus. My God,
very
woman.
important to me, okay?
Okay.
I need to talk about it. Okay? And Dominion, because it's gonna be 2 hours and 35 minutes long. It's the longest Jurassic movie, and I'm like,
Oh, goody.
and Alan is coming back, and Ian is coming back, and Ellie's coming back, and I'm so happy, and I'm gonna cry again. So yes.
I'm going to try and watch The Outfit this week because it comes out tomorrow in the UK.
You lucky bastard.
I'll see if I can get myself, because it's not coming out in. It's like coming out in, like, you know, it's not everywhere. It's one of those ones where I'm like, oh God, I have to find. But it's in like a nice little cinema. What is my friend doing?
Looking fine.
Yeah, it's coming out in a sort of more independent cinema, not my usual one, but one a little bit further afield, which I went to a green night in. Pardon me, last year.
Bless you.
Which was, it was a very nice cinema. It's far. Not far. It's like 20 minutes. It's farther than my usual one.
I'm so angry right now. I really want to watch it. Ever since you showed it to me, I'm like,
and the fact that it's been getting really good reviews.
Yeah.
Dylan's been like getting a bunch of press about like how he's going into like his new sort of era of like filmmaking. Mm-hmm. I'm like, it's so what he deserves.
Yep.
We're sort of rambling now. I was going to say, have you seen the interviews with him talking about why he didn't go into the Teen Wolf movie?
I have, yeah. That's that. I wanted
Honestly,
to ask you about it.
I just thought, fair enough, mate.
Yeah,
As you were, I understand entirely. It's gonna suck without you, but like,
yeah,
I'm
that was
glad
my thought as well. Like, I got you, but it's gonna suck.
it's like
Sorry.
you do what you. If it makes you happier this way, I understand entirely. Obviously, do what you like, but it's gonna suck without you.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Look,
Star Wars was the heart of Teen Wolf. We all know this to be true.
It is true. So yeah, it's I don't
also they
know.
fucked Arden over again, so it's like, why would I want to watch this anyway?
Yeah, that was the point where I was like, I don't care at this point. Like, I loved Arden. I think she's
they
brilliant.
fucked her over multiple times as well.
Yeah.
But like this time it was like, Jesus Christ, you guys, come on.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. So I was like, nope, that's where you lost me. So when that news came out, I was like, no, not for me, not anymore. But
full Sonic the Hedgehog.
But yeah, there are many things coming up this month as well. I am thinking about watching Sonic too, because I quite enjoyed the first one.
I haven't seen the first one. I'm not making the effort to see the second one. Not because I have anything against Sonic. I'm just not interested.
Fair. I enjoyed the first one. I think it was really fun.
You know what I enjoyed about the first one? The press tour that Ben Schwartz went on.
Yeah.
His interview with Polygon is one of the fucking funniest things I've ever seen in my life. And then they just did another one, which was also great.
Yeah, it's fun. And there's one movie I am now interested in. It's Ambulance, which is a Michael Bay movie, but it has Jake Gyllenhaal.
I know. I read a review of it, and I was like, all right.
And they are writing good things about it, so I'm like,
I don't know. Empire kind of gave it a bit of a middling thing, where they were like, it's fun in places, but also Christ alive.
I don't know. I might not watch it in the cinema.
Apparently, some of it's a bit tone deaf, is all I saw.
Okay. Yeah.
In terms of the, sort of situation, the way that America has been unfolding over the past couple of years, and in terms of specifically a lot of the stuff to do with the civil rights movement that's going and Black Lives Matter, and it feels a bit like tone deaf in that regard, and I'm like, that doesn't surprise me at all, but also fucking hell.
Yeah. Oh well, there's always a lot to watch, especially on the TV front. So I have to go and watch these pirates, I guess.
Yeah, that's yay.
So I'm gonna do that. You guys take care, and we love you all.
Goodbye, everybody. I'm going to push a button so that I will